So in this light mode clip, you saw uh, one of the character was saying that you don't understand the way I feel. You don't understand the way I feel, and I think that is very interesting a point to reflect on in the overall scheme of things in change management. Because many times you would see this that people say that you don't understand the way I feel. And those type of comments they would make, especially in change situations at work, in their own private personal lives. And then you know what type of responses they get from the other people. But the truth of the fact is that this is quite true, that it is hard for other people to understand what someone else is maybe going through. It is hard. Empathy and those type of things sometimes help, but still it is not very easy target. So I wanted to start with um, maybe a sense of change. What are the main things um, in change management, which maybe we should keep in mind as we are trying to work out our journey on the path of management of change in our private personal life or at work. Does not really matter. So um, there is a book also, a sense of change by Liz Clark. You can look it up if you want. I just want to highlight a couple of pointers from that book. So they are saying that a sense of change, the main things we would like to talk about, at least as we start, and then we can continue on some other things. So please pay attention. So sense of change, um, first thing, tune into the external environment. Yeah, external, what is happening in the surroundings, what are the new things happening in your environment, in your surroundings. If it is an organization, what are the things, product, services, which maybe your competition is trying to bring. Your customers needs, demands are maybe changing, the situation of your countries may be changing, country analysis, maybe those type of things. So external environment, tune into that external environment. Yeah, and in that you are mapping a new future for yourself. Where do you want to be, or what is the end objective you want to achieve? A very good clarity of that, your target, where you want to achieve. um, and the past, looking at past, why, take look at your thoughts. Where are your thoughts? We spoke about it in earlier sessions also, but look at your thoughts again. You should do this exercise quite often. I will look at your thoughts. Where are your thoughts right now? Are you fully present in the moment, or you are thinking about something which has already happened, or you are thinking about something which is maybe going to happen in the future? So most people live in their thoughts. So according to a sense of change, they are saying that past is just there. Sometimes you might want to go to past, maybe learn a lesson or reflect on your mistakes. But outside of that, thinking about past, what has happened is has no significance on what you are going to now. Although that does not happen, people are linked with their past very heavily. That is why uh, they make their decisions based on the behaviors which people have shown in the past, and it helps also. But in order to change, that technique is not going to help very much. So external environment, tune into the external environment. That is one thing. Next thing, if it is an organizational structure, because wanted to, I've said a couple of things already on that, but for example, organize for change. Yeah, you organize for change. So different, you have looked at organizations, organizational structures, for example. Um, in your reflections you were talking about it. Last reflection, I think Tiffany wrote a very nice reflection, last one, um, where she was talking about organizational structure and how that could have impacted our yesterday's conversation which we had. Very nice. Yeah, so how are you organized? So organize for change. You are organized in a way which is going to help or promote change. What type of organization you would require? Yeah? What type of flexibility you would require? Yeah? What type of leadership? What type of human resource capital you would require? You would want to think about those things. So you organize for change, not organize for status quo. Yeah, status quo, not organize for that. But then most of the places you would see that it's the status quo, it's the same thing, they have to do same thing again and again over. Yeah, for various reasons. Maybe the product or service is a success, so they are okay with what they are making, and nothing is wrong in that also. If some people are okay with their condition, other people they want to improve all the time, even if they reach very high. Think about these people, like richest people in the world, some of the richest people in your country, very successful people. What is their lifestyle? They can retire and just don't work. They can just, like Tesla guy, does not need to work. Amazon guy, Facebook guy. In your country, people who have, they don't have to really work. They have enough resources without that. So why is that they are still working? Because they are organized for change. Yeah. Some friend was talking about 5 a.m. club in their reflection. Katie was talking about that. Yeah. So why is these successful people, they wake up very early in the morning and they take care of their affairs in the morning? Why is that they don't check their phone all the time? Why is that their internet is off on the phone? Their phone is many times on the vibrate. Uh, yeah, those things maybe we can discuss in productivity and quality last week of the summer. Yeah. Yes, please go ahead.
Yeah.
If anything
What
you
about this? Yeah,
one second,
night
Lakshmi, one second.
owl.
One second. If anything you want to say during I am talking, please come on the thing and say your thing. You are not interrupting me at all. I just want to go through this book, but you are always welcome to come and speak and say your things. Yes, Lakshmi. Good. Please go.
Yeah, I'm just thinking, like, what about this night owl kind of people, who feel comfortable and can wake up?
Yes, good point. We can talk about that. That is more on productivity and quality management. So we can elaborate it in that course. But you are right. Energy levels for different people are different. For example, personally, me, uh, I I maybe don't really enjoy early morning work. Um, and I, personally speaking, I can just share my experience with you guys. Like in the afternoons, and then after that, I work better. Not that I cannot work in the morning. If I have to, I do. But like the enjoyment and that type of thing is like going late in the night and so on. Having said that, I have observed very clearly that whenever I wake up early and I start my day early, there is a significant improvement in my productivity. Significant improvement. Significant. Yeah. So although I still don't do the morning thing, yeah. So I still do like afternoons and evenings and little later in the night. But I do see that the morning has its, there is something in the morning. There is definitely something in the morning. And then, think about this, why this happens. Like, think about this COVID-19. Now, COVID-19, you have to be very careful with this COVID thing. In terms of your habits, not in terms of the virus. In terms of habits, because we are developing some habits here. You guys are getting used to just stay in your home and just, you know, turn on the camera or don't turn on the camera, and just from your thing you are just, talking and whatever. Now when the time will come that you will have to go back to school, or when the time will come you will have to go back to work, you have to be very careful about that. You have to be very, very careful about that. My university is closed, yeah, essentially, and we have right to work from home. But I think in last two years, I can count them on my hands, both hands, how many days I stay at home. Come every day, come every day. Yeah. Why? Because don't want to lose. I understand it's the power of habit. You start staying at home, it's a possibility you can get comfortable there. Then when you will have to come, your work is going to suffer. So there is very good thing, very good conversation here. Thanks for pointing that out, Lakshmi. In this time you are forming habits, and not just you guys. You guys are maybe a little older and you understand this thing. Think about the children, what impact it has, the impact COVID is going to have on the habits of younger people. I don't think it is ever going to go away in their lifetime. They are used to that type of environment. Think about a young student who has joined university in the time of COVID, and they started university life in the time of COVID. Yeah, they started. They did not go to campus. They don't know campus life. You and me know the campus life. Yeah, they don't know campus life, so they are just used to that. Yeah, and it's a possibility now. 2 years gone, and they never went to campus, and they are just doing online. What type of habits they are developing? At home, study habits, how the study habits are going to be impacted. So those of you who have children, maybe they can comment or think better on this. I don't have any of those things, and no younger brothers or sister or anything, so I don't know, but I observe and I think about these things. And that is how you should also do, like the things which not directly linked with you in change management, you should try to reflect around in your surrounding. We just spoke about environment, yeah, in your environment, what is happening. But definitely I would say that uh, I would say that any one of us, including myself, all of us should wake up early, all of us should start day early. I don't do it myself, so it is a reminder for all of us. We should. Yes. So organize for change. Yeah, we're talking about that 5 a.m. club and so on. Yeah. Um, so think about those things. Then this very important point. Very important point. Think about it. Change starts with you. Change starts with you, and we are always trying to change other people, but we are not trying to change ourselves. Like it is very easy for me to say wake up early, everyone should wake up early, very good, yeah, but what about I wake up early? That is where the thing is going to happen. So um, that would be linked with the mindset conversation we had. This is just a reminder for all of us today because it is concluding class. So I would be repeating some things which I think are very important, and mindset I think is extremely important. Anything, another thing I want to mention is that the change will change you. Yeah, the change will change you. Reflect on this line. The change will change you. So the change is maybe COVID, and that will change you. Again, not the virus and that thing, the habit formation. You have to be very careful about your habits. Very careful. Very careful. Don't take them light. And why I'm saying it, that in the early, when you are forming habit, that is where the thing is in your hand. You are the master in the beginning, not afterwards. Once the habit is formed, then the habit is going to maybe control your behavior many times, many times. In the early part, when you are starting out something, I think that is where you have the most power. Of course, you can always come back and control the things, but I would say, based on the way I'm thinking, You can agree and disagree, that is fine, based on your own personality and environment. um, think about habit formation very carefully, very carefully, very carefully. Believe you can make a difference. That belief very important, but we already spoke about belief in one of the session, but we can include here that after belief you have to also work hard on that. So belief does not mean that um, you are not working hard on the change. Belief just means that the way you will be working would be more positive. The energy would be positive, because if I believe that I can convey my message through the mode of my voice and camera, if I believe that, if I don't doubt myself, then I will put more energy to it. That is what it means. It will give me confidence to work hard. If I believe that, oh, the message is being lost because of this medium or whatever, I cannot showcase my energy, full energy, which you might have seen if we were face to face. Yeah, so then it would be it would be different. Another very important point, which maybe we did not discuss very closely in our session, we should have, is letting go. We did discuss it in one of the models where they were saying the first stage was unfreezing. We did speak about it, but letting go in the sense from the past. So please take a moment to forgive all the people who have done any type of harm to you, any type of harm, people, any type of harm, you don't like them or whatever. Take a moment to forgive them, and essentially you are not forgiving them, you are creating a path for yourself, clearing the path for yourself for change. That is, you are not doing anyone any favor. If you think about that, you are doing yourself favor. And you are forgiving, you are cutting the tie from that past. So when you cut, you have to cut the tie to start a new beginning. If you don't cut the tie, then you are in the same circle. Yeah. So that forgiveness, of course, it is hard sometimes to to forgive and forget. I understand that totally. But you also understand that how important it is for you. Yeah. Your personal growth, personal change, any type, you have to let go of the past. Otherwise it will be very big problem. I all the people who have reached somewhere in their life, all the people I saw in my circle, in my environment, you make a mistake with them, next time you meet them, they are not going to remind you that you made any mistake. Never ever. Never they are going to remind you. They are going to meet you with a smiling face, like you have done nothing. They have moved on. They have so many other things, important things to do in life. Why to keep grudge? They have moved on. Yeah? So the energy, when you are grudging someone, it takes energy, and change is going to take energy. So that the energy which we should spend on change, that is going in grudge and keeping these type of feelings. But of course, it will not happen just now. Just me saying and you will do what I am saying, that again is not going to happen, and I am not expecting that. What I am requesting is just think on these things. That is all. I'm not asking you to change. I'm asking you that these are some points. If it suits you, you think about them. Just think about them. If they work in your life, take them. If they don't work in your life, move on, no problem. Yeah, so that letting go and those type of things, I think, very important. Next thing is understanding the change process. Extremely important, understanding the change process. Again, what it means, the change will be difficult. It is going to take a lot of energy. Don't expect yourself to change right away. If you want to start morning walks, yeah, don't just think that you will just, and you are not used to doing morning walks, a simple activity, don't expect that you will start walking. You will walk one day, next week you are not going to walk. Why why change, it's the dynamics of change, and this is how it is. It's not in your habit. It's not in your habit. You have to slowly, so expectation, you have to manage your expectations. Yeah. And if you are trying to change someone else, you walk every day, and I don't walk every day in the morning, of course. So you walk every day in the morning. Very good, good for you. And if I'm struggling, you don't now start laughing and say, oh, it's easy, just wake up in the morning and start walking. Why it is difficult? It is difficult. It is difficult for other people who can't. So I can speak in the session, but I understand that for some people it is going to be difficult. It is going to be difficult. So understand that you are going to face a lot of resistance. Yeah. Understand that people are not going to take the change very openly. Remember the clips we saw yesterday, you can, and day before. So you can link uh, with those type of things. Yeah? To understand the change process. Change, for example, change hurts. Change is going to hurt you mentally, emotionally. You will not be comfortable. All of those things are going to happen. So they are happening because that is part of change. There is nothing else in it. There is nothing else in. Don't give up or anything like I cannot do it, or no, it's not that. It's just the process of change. That is it. It's not you. It's for everyone. Yeah. That is what it is. Yeah. Then of course you are in an environment, so it is very important to reiterate the points of the culture, like building a culture which is going to assist you around yourself, assist you in managing change. Supportive type of people. Negative people, you are trying to change, and already it is very hard. If negative people are around you, it is not going to help. It is not going to help. People, if people are around you and they are telling you you can't do it, you can't do it, it's not going to help. Yeah. They can tell you won't be able to do it, and then tell you that how you will be able to do it. Then it is fine that you can't do it. Okay, you guys tell me that, okay, Tashkeen, you cannot do it, but then you tell me this is how you can do it. This way you are doing, you can't do it, maybe. This is another strategy to look at. And also, don't discourage other people now. When they are trying to do something and you could not do something in your life, and you are telling other people you can't do it, what is that? You worked for a company and you did not had a good experience, and now I am joining and you are telling me, boy man, that company is not going to work. What is that? And we all do that, including myself. It's no lecture. I'm not lecturing or anything. We all do it. Why? Because we are linked with past, our past, so much attached. You tell the person, you why don't you tell person, very good, congratulations, you got the job. Be careful about these things. Maybe pay attention to these things. If you pay attention to these things, your experience will be better. It's just like someone fails my course and they tell everyone, oh my god, this guy is crazy, he's going to fail everyone. What is that? You reflect in yourself. Why did you fail? Did you do the assignments? Did you reflect? Did you participate in discussions? Your presence helped everyone? Or no, you are just sitting there and just relaxing. You are not a tourist here. It's not holiday you are having, and you are tourist just sitting there. Yeah. Did the work? Did you? So you can tell that yes, I failed, but I did not do these things, or maybe I should have done that, or should have done that, or so when you are taking the course, do these things. Yeah. So we don't do, many times we don't do that. So if it did not work out for you, it does not say it is not going to work out for everyone. The same people you leave in your life, a guy or girl, they go somewhere else and they do find someone. Okay. Same for you. Yeah, it's just maybe not a good match. So same, you need to think about. Again, just think about these culture and build a culture around yourself. Yeah, and that culture you can link it with our discussion of shared vision, shared objective, all of those things. Yeah, that's very important. Yeah. And when resistance is a quite a big topic in change management, it is always going to happen. If your individual change, your individual resistance is going to come. Individually inside you, someone is sitting there who is going to tell you you can't do it and this and that, all of those things. So that resistance you need to manage and anticipate it. You just anticipate it. That is normal. It is going to happen. You walk. You don't like to walk in the morning. You walk one day. Don't be too happy about it. You tell yourself tomorrow, I am going to resist. So what can I do that the resistance is minimum? Can I sleep early? Can I whatever? Different people are going to do different things. So don't celebrate very early. We spoke about um, we spoke about celebrating our successes. Yeah, small wins, celebrating small wins. We spoke about it yesterday, I think. um, on the same note, don't celebrate too too early also. Yeah, don't celebrate uh, too early. You have to be mindful about that. Expect resistance, expect that the people are not going, and the bigger change, expect that you know people around you are going to say different things. So you need to know how to block yourself from those voices, those things. Yeah, just blocking yourself from them. Yeah, if you are clear about where you want to go, and you have thought that this is where I'm going, then no one tells you that change is hard. Well, yes, change is hard. Then what to do? Going to change. Going to change. Leadership. We spoke about it yesterday, I think. Um, think about that. Destabilizing status quo. We have been talking about it. Communicate like crazy. Communicate like crazy. Communication is a big thing. Um, Communicate like crazy in the way the other person is going to take it. Tell them the stories which will inspire them. Which so for that you will have to understand the people. So psychology, human psychology, I think has a lot to do with uh, change. Human psychology, understand it in your own time, and then you can understand these things from your experiences. Be open to new ideas, which you guys are, based on what I have, the little I have observed you. You are pretty open people. Um, timing is one thing which we did not maybe spoke about very clearly. Uh, we should have timing of the change. Although we did speak about in another format, uh, um, like look in your life. Do you have energy? Do you have energy for change? Are there so many changes going in your life? If that is the case, don't go for that change, yeah, right now, because it is going to drain you. Look at, so that is linked with timing if you look at it, but still, timing, you need to perfect the timing. No one change when you ask them to change. It never happens. People change when they are ready to change, when it is the right time for them. The same thing for learning. You will you will learn change management in your own time, when you will be ready, when your life will give you experiences, when you will be. It will not, it's just by me saying or reading a book is going to maybe start the thing. And even you will, if you are feeling some changes in yourself, that is because of your experiences, and maybe what I'm saying, it clicks with what your experience has been, and then maybe you will try to think about it. On the other hand, there can be many friends sitting in the session who does not have these type of experiences. So then they will not understand. It's simple as that. But when in their life these things will happen and they will be able to link, they will say, oh, I remember. You know, it's just like, our parents say something like, don't do this and don't do that, and we do this, do that, and whatever we want. And then later on we say, oh, mommy said, should not have done that, or dad said, sometimes that happens. So people learn from their own, like their own. And especially once someone has made up their mind, it's pretty hard to change their mind at that time. Please pay attention. Think in your life, any person who had made up their mind and you tried your best that they change their mind. Were you able to change their mind when they had already made up their mind? Yeah, even if you are able to, for how long? How long you were able to click that person? When people make up their mind, then at that time it is why? Because their state of mind has changed now. It is not that anymore. Yeah, timing is a big thing. Yeah, yeah. I was saying timing is a big thing. What you wanted 5 years ago, you're not going to want it after 5, 10 years, 20 years. That is how it is. And the child wants some toys, 20, 25, they look at those toys, it has no significance to them. They say, yes, these are toys, and understand this, understand that. Try to manage your emotions. And we all get emotional, yeah. For example, yeah. Yesterday, day before yesterday, some of our friends from Turkey, yeah, they were seeing the background of the university, which they miss. They have spent time there for some time, a year or more. They have not been able to go there. And when they saw the pictures or something, you saw that they got a little bit emotional. Yeah, some of our friends from Turkey, yesterday or day before yesterday. And I understand that. We understand that a place you are associated with, that place, that university, you are seeing, you have not been there, you get emotional. That emotion which they felt, will they feel that same emotion after 5 years? What about after 10 years? What about after 15 years? What about after 20 years? The way they were getting emotional about that university, will they get emotional same way after 20 years? Now, at this point in time, you might think that they will, but let me tell you that that is not what happens. Very few people are going to be emotional after 20 years on of the same. What about 30 years? Put a time, no problem. Maybe 20 years is less time. Put 30 years. No. And you can go in your life, most of us are like around 25. Yeah, 25-year-old, around that, give and take. Yeah, 25. The things you are crying when you are maybe 5, 6, 7, 10 years old, what is the significance of those things for you now? How important those things are for you now? Maybe some things are still important, but there are many things which are not important. So those things, just like those things which are not important anymore, these other things will also be at. Someone very close to me in my life, they once we were sitting and they told me that we were talking about different things, and I asked them what matters in life. Yeah, yeah. What matters in life, because we want to change, link it with change management. Remember that the everything is in the context, I'm saying, in the context of management of change. Please remember that. So I asked them, and we want to make changes for something worthwhile. Yeah, I just wanted to bring the mood a little bit down. So I think this type of song would might have helped. Anyways, moving along. Choosing some articles I have posted on the website. In your own time, you are going to look at them, please. For example, choosing strategies for change, different type of strategies. Very nice article written by Honorable Cotter. Yeah, do read on what he's saying. It's quite interesting work he has done, and of course, he's very knowledgeable in the field of change management. So you need to definitely consult him and see what he has been saying, listen to his clips and so on, his writings and so on. um, Resistance, for example, we spoke about it. Self-interest, always ensure that uh, there is a self-interest for the person to change. If there is no self-interest, then it is going to be very, very, very hard. Misunderstandings happen, lack of communication, lack of trust. You guys mentioned these things, but when you will read this type of article, it will give a little bit of a flow to the thought process, because we are um, we are we the nature of our sessions is kind of discussion. So sometimes we have to go and come back and go and come back on different topics. So this type of readings, I think, are important to give a little bit of a layout, a structure, if you fancy that. So please read this. um, some friends are posting some things in chats. Let's look what uh, they have been they have been saying. Um, if I missed anything which was for me, I apologize, because I was not really. The impact on children, insanely destructive. My God, see. So it's not just me who is thinking like that. Insanely destructive. Should I read any further? Yes, please look at this. Undesired mental effects and so on. So, and then if the parents are also not very careful about this, it can be very difficult. Regarding the topic, what matters at the end of life, I would like to share this. Okay, our friend is sharing this TED talk. uh, Please, everyone spend some uh, some time on this. I usually listen to all TED talks, so I'm just trying to figure out if I have listened this. Oh yes, good talk. I recommend this one too. Uh, like what really matters in the happiness, and you will see that relationships. They say relationships, having good relationship with other people. That is what sometimes bring happiness in life in the longer run. But please watch this TED talk if you want. Very profound, still very profound. At one point in their life, they realize that living for someone else is not living at all. Please reflect in your life. Whatever you are doing, is it for yourself, or you are trying to fulfill the desires of someone else? Nothing is wrong in bringing other people also in your life, and doing the things which they will appreciate. And especially parents, they are very important in our life. What are we without our parents? They are the ones who cared for us, and no matter what, mostly they are available. Whatever they can do, they always do across countries. There can be some exceptions, but generally speaking, so but still, good point too. What about the common interest? I did not really get what that means, Melissa. Kubler-Ross, very good.
Sir,
Kubler-Ross, Kubler-Ross
sorry,
model.
so
Our friend is.
sir, I'm trying to say that actually, I'm trying to say that what I mean by what about the common interest. I just heard that you said that the people change with their personal interest, and I asked, what about the common interest?
Yes, very good. Yeah, that would be nice if the
Be, be,
interest is
be,
common.
yeah, because the personal interest not always includes the common interest. They can split in a some way, you know.
Nice, nice point, nice point. And especially in organizational setting,
Uh-huh.
companies aspire that they can create some type of common interest, commonality, shared values. That type of thing would be nice. And our friend is mentioning Kubler-Ross model. That is very good. That is how you should be, thinking about these change things, referring to these type of models, and so on. Yeah. So these type of articles we were talking about strategy. Um, Change starts at the top and begins on day one. This is interesting. What do we mean by day one? Link it with urgency. Day one, urgency, it is important, and change starts at the top. So on the same note, they are saying real change happens at the bottom. So change starts at the top, but real change happens at the bottom. Yeah, because those are the people, maybe they are directly involved with the clients, with the customers. That is where customers are going to see the real change. So it starts at the top, meaning the leadership needs to give the proper resources, guidelines, strategy, motivation, all of those things. So please look into these type of things. For example, here, create ownership, sense of belonging, not just buying, not just buying. Many times, people are there in the change process. They say, yes, okay, we will do it. But they are doing it because you are telling them to do it. It's not that they have their sense of belonging in that. So creating ownership, how that ownership can be created. Uh, for example, Melissa just mentioned common goals, common objectives, common interest. So if the thing is common, then it is relatively easier to create ownership, because people are thinking on the same line. There is some commonality. Um, uh, we said yesterday that over communication is better than under communication. This line is even better. They are saying practice targeted over communication. So they are saying, okay, over communicate, but target it. Yeah, very nice concepts are there. And I'm sure, based on the way we have been discussing, when you will read it, it will not be very difficult for you to make connections with the things we have been saying. For example, prepare for the unexpected. Yeah, you have to manage your expectations in the way. When you have planned things, you have planned for change, you have organized for change, still you should be open that, yes, I've thought through these things. This is the change which I am going to go through. These are the hurdles which can come. All of those, you have written them down. You have spoken with other people who have gone through similar type of changes. All those things you have done. And at the end of that, you are saying, okay, I have done my preparation, but now I have to do execution. So you execute thinking that there can be something which I did not really prepare for. It is possible. It is possible. Just like, you can see that we are having this online session, and you can see this is me on the top, and then I have a backup also. So on the right hand side on the top, if you see, I am there and I have a backup also. So if I lose you, I will have a backup. But what about if I lose the backup also? Well, then we will see what needs to be done. But generally, that has not happened so far in the last 2 years since COVID came. But it can happen. So I should have something else also. But I think this is fair. Yeah, you have one and you have a backup. Yeah, backup plan, maybe. But then you can link it with the concept I shared with you. I told you a story. um, Burn your boats behind. Burn your boats behind. So you have to see how you are going to. So prepare for the unexpected. Uh, um, so when you prepare for the unexpected, what happens? Essentially, what happens is that when some trouble comes, you are not as worried as you would be if you did not think that something can go wrong. If you think that yes, something can go wrong, like in your life, generally speaking, if you think, oh, I'm going there, something can go wrong. Well, it's not a negative thing. Well, it can, it will not, I hope it will not, but it can. So if it happens, I won't get anxious or jittery or uncomfortable. I will just deal with the situation with the best of my ability. Yeah. So these type of things you might want to look into. Yes, Melissa, please go ahead.
Sir, I think you mean that the things we cannot change, and these are the external things in our lives, right? Like disasters, the lost someone we love,
Yeah, yeah.
these kind of things. Yeah. Uh, as an example, I am the person who is trying to control everything. But
Yes.
this kind of things uh, in our in my life came, I faced the difficult times, but
Yes.
I'm trying to deal with this situation. But it's because it's not that easy, because it's about my character actually,
Yes.
and I'm
Yes.
trying to handle this. I know what you mean by saying that these external things that we cannot change, these are the really important if the subject is change of management, I think.
Yes. 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 So you are saying there are things which are not in our control, outside external things, they can go wrong.
Yes, and these kind of things, the handling these kind of things actually can change also person to person. While
Yes.
one person can deal with this kind of forces easily, while the other person, like me, who likes to control everything, it's much more hard.
Yes. Yes.
But I'm
Yes.
trying to deal with this this kind of
Very good.
situation.
Very good.
That's
Very.
why I attend this class actually. When I see the name of this class, and just my character came to my mind, and yeah, I'm trying to push myself. Yeah, you
Yes.
know what I'm
Very
saying.
good.
Uh-huh. I'm just
Very
share
good.
with you. Okay.
Very good. Very good. Very good. Very, very, very good. All of us are together in this, Melissa. Just don't think that I am a change expert. No, I am not. I also deal with similar type of situations, and I also sometimes I pass in the change. Many times I don't pass in the change process. So that is the nature of change. But um, you made the very interesting points. But you gave interesting examples earlier. I remember about your car learning car driving. That was a good example. Like first maybe you did not succeed, but then you believed in yourself, and next time you tried and you got your driving license. So of course, these type of matters like death and so on is a very difficult topics. And yes, especially our close ones when they are not here in the world, it definitely is a big loss, and it is um, hard to manage the change. I really understand that, and I empathize um, with anyone who has um, who has seen that type of loss. Uh, One of my friends, very close friends, his mother passed some time ago, and it is it is it is it is even difficult for me to call him and say whatever I need to say, and I talk on change management, but it is difficult for me. I sent him a voice note, and now to talk with him, what can I say? The person is gone. What can we say? What can we do? There's very little we can now. Yes, console, I am here for you, all those type of things I understand, but the loss is loss. And that is where the time, we spoke about timing. Time heals all. Time heals all. Believe me, time heals all. Uh, no matter how you are. Time is a beautiful thing. It's time alone. I hope you will reflect on time. What is the nature of time? How beautiful a thing time is created. Time, nothing lasts, nothing does. Like, this shall too pass. Mariana said that in one of her reflections. This shall too pass. That is what we can say. But it's difficult. It's difficult topic. It's difficult. So God bless all of those our loved ones who are no more. Yes. So today's discussion is getting a little more intense than what I planned for. it's just it's just getting intense. See, so we planned for something, but things happen. So then we need to just come back in a little easier domain or something like that. Okay, change management best practices guide. I'm just showcasing some things to you, like what are the things. Like if you will look at a guide, what is it going to tell you? It is going to say, why is managing change important? You know that factors common to successful change management. You know that, planning, clear vision, documentation is important, change plan is important, governance is important, leadership, steering committees, leadership, these change sponsors, change agents. I asked you to read a little bit on that, the people who are going to help you in all of that process. The importance of leaders, roles. We spoke about teams, team roles, all of those things now. Continuous engagement, you guys mentioned it multiple times, communication and all of those things. Communication, yeah. Purpose of change, you have mentioned that. People impact, organizational need, and so on. So this is what it is, so these things. So don't now don't think that you don't know these things. Now you need to know more. So that will come over a period of time based on your reading and so on. The basic underlying principles, I think, those things you are okay with. Melissa just spoke about external, some events, death, and those type of things which maybe are not in our control. You can link this type of reading with that. How to bounce back from adverse situation. Some things go wrong in life, and I think in the first session I was sharing with you that I used the word problem, and my mentor said, there is nothing like problem. These are opportunities, opportunities for growth. You can call them challenges which you will overcome. obstacles which you will overcome, but try to avoid the word problem. Yeah, so that type of, so how to, that type of thing, how to bounce back when things go wrong, things don't go the way you planned, adverse situations. Yeah, this is a very interesting topic in change management. I suggest that you read this article, and maybe take a lesson or two from these type of readings. Of course, you are not evaluated on these things; these are just there for you to, if you are interested, how deep you want to go. You can go into these type of things. And we were talking a while ago, we were talking about death, which is a very big change. um, Even other change people cannot manage, and I wanted to show you, and maybe you can look at this short clip, and then maybe tell how should we advise this cute little girl, what how should she manage the big change, which is very big for her. Maybe we will laugh, it is not big for her, but please be mindful, for her this is a very big change. So let's watch this little cute clip, and then maybe give her some guidance how she can manage this change.
You want him to stay little forever?
Yeah, he's so cute.
Because he's so cute and it makes you cry?
And I don't want to die when I'm 100.
You don't want to die when you're 100.
Oh, you are so cute. I love your cute little smiles. Oh my gosh, oh my God, he is little.
Yeah, so this you saw this little clip there, and let's see what you guys are saying. Cute, so sweet. um, um, she's lovely, and so on, and this, and we might laugh about it, and we say, oh, this is, what is this, this is natural life, natural thing, people grow. But for that little girl, her mindset, this is a very big change for her. So that happens generally in change situations, that people are complaining, and people are crying, and people are telling it is very hard for them. But we don't understand that it is hard for them. We just laugh about it, and we say, oh, this is nothing, this is what. But you have to think from that person's point of view, um, in explaining them what is what. So this can be this can be this can be um, this can be very challenging. Yeah. So wanted to show you a concept which is very interesting. It is called gap analysis. Usually I talk about it, I think, in the second or third session, but no problem, you can pick it up from now. So I'm just going to show you a short clip on gap analysis. That is, I think, very important in generally in management, and it also helps in change management. Very simple concept, but very useful. So please look at it.
Once you bring to mind a situation, you can think of a diagram called a gap analysis. On one side of the diagram is the current state that you want to change. That's the starting point. where we are today in the situation. So if you were going to describe your starting point, you'd say, okay, in this particular situation, these are the factors that are present. This is my role. These are the people who are involved. Here's some of the information that would be useful to remember in terms of past experience. That's on one side of the diagram. On the other side is the desired outcome for the change, what we want at the end of this change process. And this could be aspirational, meaning that it's a visionary, desired outcome, something that's really different than the way things are today. Or it might be something incremental. But the point is, between the current state and the desired outcome, there's some tension that requires a roadmap to get from here to there. I'll give you an example. When you're an organizational development consultant and you get a call, it's always a change gap analysis that you're hearing. The person on the other end of the phone will say, we've got this group of senior leaders who are used to working in a startup, and they really don't understand what it means to be professional managers. They don't understand that they're really supposed to be aware of and pointing to the big picture rather than being so caught up and reactive to every little change. And so where we are right now is we're a 13-year-old startup. And we've got a lot of really smart, competent people who are not leading. And where I would like to see us get to within the next 3 years is that we've got a group of senior leaders who see themselves as professional managers, who are developing themselves to be the right kind of person who's out there in the front pointing ahead. And I don't really know how to get there. What do you think about that, Elad? What's the roadmap to get from here to there? A leader helps their organization get from the current state to where they want to be.
Yeah, this is an excellent idea which I wanted to share with you guys. Gap analysis, very important. Please read on that and try to incorporate it in different type of change situations and so on. Abu says, please pay attention to what Abu has said. Abu is saying, maybe we should tell her little brother will buy her candy when he will grow up. What a beautiful idea that is. What a beautiful idea that is. So you need to say something to the girl which is in her interest, which she will value. Only then she is going to. So if we are thinking that the little girl, she would like a candy, so you tell her that I'm going to get you a candy when he grows up. So it is in your benefit that he grows up. It will benefit you. This change which the little boy is having, your brother, is going to benefit you. That is what you need to. So this is excellent, excellent, excellent point of view. Yeah, this is how you manage change in all. So although you can say now this is a small little example, but the idea is to learn from these small little examples. Now in any context you can use it. Of course, you are not lying or you are not trying to manipulate someone's emotions. you mean it. When you say something, you mean it also. So I think Nasir, this is a beautiful, beautiful line you have put there. What a beautiful line. Mind blowing. Yes, Mona, please go ahead.
Like I have kids.
Okay.
So it's not that nice all the time. And what I've realized that, kids are growing. And when they are not behaving that nice anymore, and you ask, like, I don't know what, not the doctor, but, we go in here and see some nurse every year or something. And they always say that kids have some stage or step or something in their life, and you just have to live with it, like terrible twos, and then it's 3, 4, 5 till 9, and then it's something else. So being parent is what growing myself too, because I have to deal with all this peep, because they are changing and growing, and so it's not just like pink roses. And if it is, I want to see that person, and then they can come and visit us. And like my colleagues at work who doesn't have kids yet, they're not probably going to even have one. But yeah, but yeah, you can do stuff with kids, and like be a kid yourself too. But it definitely changed the life. At least it should be. And you have to grow with your kid, and the temper and bad days and all the peep things. I'm not saying the word because if you're recording this. But like those bad days and nice days, and especially because I'm working like full time and I try to get this school done. I don't spend that much time with them, and when they see me, they are like total terrors.
Yes.
So that's why I probably think like this. But yeah, but just let people know that it's constantly growing, even for the adult, and changing, and trying to manage with that one. So was this even close to the course? Yeah. I don't know. Now they are yelling outside. I probably have to put my speaker off.
Yeah. Yeah, and this is what you are saying, Mona, is across the world, everywhere. This is the same situation. Well, I observe these same type of things around what you are talking about. So you don't necessarily have to have children or younger people in your home to really empathize with with your possible struggles, which you might be going. But that is how it is. A couple of things. Yes, Melissa, please go ahead.
Sir, I want to say something about related to the gap analysis.
Yes, please.
If I don't get wrong, I know something similar to this strategy in agile methodology, because in my lecture that I attend in my university. There is an agile lessons, and these agile lessons as a group we trying to estimate based on the efforts to the teams, to the jobs, and we give some points like 1, 2, 3 to the 10, and nobody know the which person give the which number to the test, and at the end of the process, the test one get the 3 points, because most of the people evaluate this test to equalize the 3 points maybe. And we done this process before the task. At the end of the task, we compare our estimations and the real values to the test. It is. I think that these are the similar things, and the result that we get from this process is how we get closer to the evaluation of the test efforts maybe. because sometimes we think that these tests require the 3 points, but these tests actually much more than require much more than we think effort as an effort. Maybe the 10,
Mm.
maybe it takes
Mm. Mm.
not 3 hours but 10 hours.
Mm.
I think the similar strategy with the agile methodology.
Mm. Mm. Yes, interesting to look at these type of experiments and so on and reflect on it. Thanks for that, Melissa. Yes, Mona, you want to say something or it is just raised by mistake? Okay, maybe by mistake Mona's hand is raised. But anyways, we will continue with what we were trying to discuss. So please, just like Melissa reflected on gap analysis and shared her experiment in her area. Please reflect on gap analysis. Also reflect on the little child you saw the clip. Abu Nasir gave some idea, very interesting idea. What other ideas can be given? Think about it. Be innovative and think about it. What how to. This is a good practice for you to handle change. Um, don't don't say what you want to say. Say what is in the self-interest of the other self. Yeah, that would be nice. Yes, Lakshmi, you want to say something?
Yeah, I think it's not like what we are discussing now.
Okay,
It's just
that's
like
okay.
how we go with the changes sometime, because I just want to share some experience.
Please, please,
Uh,
please.
yeah, like since I joined the school last year, and I did not start it from the very beginning, and I
Mhm.
did some course transfer, and I had to join it directly from the third year, and
Mhm.
it was not even like online courses, like it's we have to go to the lab and I have to learn everything at a time. Like I have a gap, and then I have to, it was a two big changes for me, going from work life to again being a student, and above that, during such situation, going back to the school, and that is also in the middle of the, like last year or something, and it was very strange for me. Like I go to the class and I cannot recognize who those people are. Either they are my friend or classmates, or and because we have the system like on other people from other group also, they can come and join the courses, and I cannot recognize my own like classmates. And sometimes I have to go to the school, and like in the lab session, especially difficult part was the lab session, and during that time, and we had done another with Anti Pirnen, and he has introduced one more courses, and that is also related to lab. But how we did that course was very different. It was totally different, new idea, and maybe he also don't know, how it will goes, and we also didn't know how it is going to be. And like he gave like, okay, yeah, this is the things, and you have to do. And then we had like two students from our two students from my group, and another one was just a coordinator. Whatever we need, then he
Mhm.
will be there to provide this stuff. And we have to work with the microcontroller and go to the school, and we don't know what we need, and teacher were online. Only we meet him only over the Zoom. And then we had another group that is from the Germany, and they had also like the same, like they have their teacher there, and the situation in there was more serious than the Finland. They cannot even go to the school, and we were allowed to go to the school, but with some restriction. And during that time, it was very funny, like what we are doing, we don't know. And it is like we are adopting the changes. We consciously, like
Mhm.
not so sure what we are going to do, but we have, we should have that kind of ability to develop our own, like way, how we will cope with the changes. And sometimes that we might think it will not work, but it works. And then we came up because we were using so many social media like this Discord, and then Zoom service and many things. And like we divided, like we did our own private meeting, like meeting means from the home, with the people from the Germany. And then they took the stuff from the school. They are not allowed to go to the school. And we also like order the stuff, and coordinator was there, and we can work at home, do the microcontroller programming at home also. And then from we can go to the school also. If we don't know, then there was someone to guide us. And at the end we came develop some kind of project. And it was really, maybe it is more a successful project than what we would may have developed from normal our lab. And and we gave the presentation over the Zoom also. And it was totally new for us, and we don't know how it goes. We normally used to have the presentation in the class, and it was online. And then also they were also from there. And we just like when we have to go to, there was one slide, and we have to share the slide. And they were presenting like from Germany, they were presenting, and we have to go to the move to the next slide. And then we have to like really become tricky and come out with we cannot say, oh, go to the next slide, it's very not so professional. And we gave the presentation in such a way that a teacher never felt that we are away and we don't know each other.
Wow,
And
wow,
it was,
wow.
and he was really happy with this outcome of the course. And then I realized, oh, it's not necessary that even if we are doing electronics courses, then you should be in the school, or maybe you have to work together, you have to meet each other. We can collaborate from the people from the different group, and we can buy the same electronic module, and we can work, and we can share our like codes and everything. And then they can have their own project, and we can develop our own project, but we share all the information and whatever necessary, and then we can develop the project. So it was a new kind of experience. And I realized maybe in the future, is if we don't want to avoid traveling and too much of expenses, it is a kind of cost saving also, but you are developing a very totally new different project. So that's why sometimes we have to take the things like in a positive way. And it might not be nice for this moment, but for the future, it might have a lot of
Very nice.
possibilities. And it, so that's my
No, very,
that I
very nice.
wanted to share
Beautiful,
about the
beautiful,
changes.
beautiful, beautiful. We learned a lot from that. Yeah, so our friend Lakshmi saying that it might not be nice in this moment, but over a period of time, we can reap benefit from that changes. Another thing which she said, and I wrote it down. She said that find our own way to co-op or manage change. Find our own way of finding how to manage change. Finding our own way to manage change. I think that is very important because the things I am telling you, those are my way of looking at things. Your way of looking can be very different. So uh, at the end of today is will not be an end of management of change. It will be the start of management of change for you because now you will have to go out and find your own way. Just like Lakshmi gave very interesting examples. They are very simple examples, but that is what it is. Like managing moving the PowerPoint slide when you are away from each other, how to, and without saying that, go to the next slide. It's quite, you need practice and all of those things. So I can't do that. Lakshmi, I wonder how you guys were able to do that. So that is some skill which I can learn from you maybe. I want to look at some pointers from the conclusion section of the book. Just want to highlight a couple of things which the authors of this book, which we went through, scanned through, not everything, but some of the things which we could. There are two significant messages which the authors are giving us at the end of this book, and that is what I wanted to highlight for you guys. What are those two significant messages after writing the whole book? How are they concluding? Yeah, that is important, I think. So the first message, let's look at that. The first message we want to convey is about the importance for leaders of being awake and being aware. So awareness of the environment, awareness of themselves, and also being awake from the new things which are maybe coming in. So that is very important. Yeah. They continue to say that leaders need to wake up to what is going on around them. This means noticing more than the obvious, the loud or the directly visible. Yeah. This means noticing more than the obvious. The things which are obvious are obvious. The things which are obvious are obvious. What is behind those, behind what is trying to read someone's mind, is trying to read someone's heart, what the thing is which is not very obvious, yeah, which is not very loud, which is said between the lines. Yeah. Many times in our conversation we don't say something, but we have said it between the lines, we have implied what we are trying to say. Yeah. You might not ask someone to stay, but you might tell them something like whatever, uh, you know something indirectly. You don't ask them to stay and talk with you, but you say something else, and from there they understand that they are not asking you directly to stay, but they want to talk more, or they want to stay with you for a little bit longer. Yeah. So what is that? Reading between the lines. We all do that all the time. Yeah. What is not direct and clear. Yeah. So this takes me to some thought which the book this does not mention and the conclusion does not mention, but I wrote it down last night to share it with you. What I want to say is that uh, when people change, when you see people changing, yeah, people change. You see people change. Uh, they don't change right in that moment. You see them that they have changed now, and you are looking at them. Oh, this person changed. But from some time they were showing some characteristic, doing some things. If you can go back on their behavior, that implied that they were in their mind. It was going on that they are kind of changing. Yeah. So what I'm trying to say, that people don't change when you observe the change. They are slowly changing before that. Slowly they are changing, but you did not observe, maybe because you were busy in your life. They were giving you signals, some signals, by talking or by being silent, whatever. So people don't change just in that moment. Nothing happens in that just that moment, although we need to stay in the moment, but things take time to develop. We will not die on the day of our death. We will not die on the day of our death. All of us are dying slowly. Now we are a little closer to our death. Now we are more closer to our death. Now we are more closer to our death. Yeah. So what is that? We will die when we will die, but we are dying. We are dying every moment. We are coming close to our death. Same time, same way, where we're not born in the when we are born. We are not born on the birthday. We were before that. There was a process. You know that. Yeah. There's a process. 7 months, 8 months, 9 months. In that, all that happened, and then we are born. Same thing with the death. Same thing is with change. When someone change and we say the person changed, they were changing. So I want to share something with you. Please pay attention. Whenever someone is doing something abnormal, and abnormal is what is not their normal. So if someone is very talkative and they start talking less, If someone is very introvert and they start becoming extrovert. If someone was very extrovert, they stop becoming extrovert, they become introvert. Any type of abnormality in their behavior, like any type of change in their behavior, small change it can be. Yeah. Can be small change. Please pay attention to why this person is changing a little bit. What is happening? Pay attention. Observe and pay attention at why this change is happening. Why? What is the reason? A person who does not smile a lot started smiling a lot. A person who does not smile a lot, he is smiling a lot nowadays. Yeah. So although it is a good thing that we should smile, and I encourage that all of us smile, I laugh and smile all the time. But that is normal for me. Like I'm laughing and smiling almost most of the time, if not all, more than 50% of my time. So if I now stop that behavior of smiling and something is wrong, which is obvious that okay, this person was smiling and now he's not smiling as much, so it is more obvious. But other way also, if someone does not smile or laugh a lot and then they start smiling, now starting to smile and laugh is a good thing, but still it's change in behavior. Yeah. So observe, try to think why it happened, not in a negative way, of course. Good thing that someone is happy, but try to see what happened. Observe. Yeah. So I think this is important. So what I'm trying to say, people change slowly. So you need to catch their change when they are in the initial phase, when they have not made up their mind. Because once they have made up their mind to change, that is when you are going to notice. That is going to be very late for you to change them now. So as they show any type of little change in their behavior, because they will change slowly, generally speaking, sometimes they say sudden change also comes, but I would say that even that change takes a little bit of a time. Different people, different time. But this is the overall idea I wanted to throw to you, that observe people. Whenever they do something which is not normal for them, pay attention. Just pay attention. You're not being any, it's not like becoming psycho or becoming like looking at them all the time. Why this thing happened? Why that thing happened? No, not that. Just observe, see what is okay. This person is not smiling all the time. Now he's smiling. Good thing. Why he is smiling too much? Let me think a little bit about it. What is going on? Yeah. Even good things, that is what I'm saying, because we do observe negative things, but good things. If someone was coming late in the night and now they started coming early, that is a good thing. They come home early and you want them to come home early. Observe what is happening in a good way. Just observe, see what is going on, what is happening. Someone is driving fast all the time, fast driver, fast all the time. It's not good. You should drive slow. But you see them driving slow, understand that the mood is not normal. Because in their normal mood, they drive fast. That is what they are. That is not a good thing. They should not drive fast. But in their normal mood, they drive fast. Today, they are driving a little bit slow. Something is going in their mind. No doubt about that. It can be a good thing that they might be thinking, I should drive slow so I don't get into accident, all of those things. That thing I think is important. I will go back to the part, pick up the conclusion section. Eleonora, please go ahead. You are trying to say something.
Yeah, we were talking about the changes in personality, and it's always when talking about when you notice that kind of change in a person, like they become maybe less smiling or less talkative, maybe they start just be more themselves, then it's always good to maybe consider and start noticing, maybe observing, could they have some problems maybe at home or mental health, like noticing those small things and making sure that the person you care about is doing okay, and maybe get help, because that is, especially now, people are more home, they cannot really have the kind of same social life connections. So it's good to notice that sometimes we need a little bit help to feel okay, because I don't know, it's always difficult to, first of all, notice those things yourself. You might just think you're maybe a little bit down, but it's a serious problem, and it's not easy to notice yourself even. So it's always good to maybe do extra work into noticing people around you and just trying to be as helpful as possible.
Very profound, very deep. And our friend is saying it is not easy even to observe ourselves. This is very true. Please reflect on that line. Yes, Mona, you want to say something?
Just about that Eleanor said about changing. I was talking with my boss yesterday, and I was just giving some comment that I probably wouldn't say, you know, like in face to face or so. So we were just talking that we have noticed that those people in your team that are normally like really calm and, you know, doesn't say much and especially doesn't say anything radical, or, you know, like their opinions that can be like a bit different than we would think that it is. But now there's many of those people that are normally quite quiet if we have a meeting face to face, and now they are saying things and we are all like, whoa, are you really thinking like that? And I'm even like, whoa, he's finally speaking and saying out loud what he's thinking. So I guess people have been home so long that, and they are getting a bit tired to hold this thing. So now they actually show their real personality or something, you know, and it's easier because we don't keep those cameras on or anything, so you don't see how the other one, his reaction is or something. So that was just something fun that we noticed today. And I didn't get fired or anything, even I said something. Yeah, but it was just something that we read during COVID. People have been, have to get more courage to and
Mona,
ringing the doorbell like 100 times.
You need to check who is out there. They are really gonna bang the door out.
Yeah, it's our 9-year-old finally came home. Yeah.
Yes, yeah. So
I didn't get robbed or anything. Yeah, but that was just. Se on avattu se. No yeah. Now I lost my freaking point. But you know that people are like speaking more out loud than what they are actually thinking, like about the bosses or the jobs that they are doing, or maybe even about the customers and stuff like that, or organizations or other. It's just no, the company. Yeah.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
I
Yeah,
stop now.
these are real challenging points you have mentioned, and thanks for that. Yeah, very good. Uh, let's go back to the uh, thing which I was trying to talk about. Yeah. So it's just some thoughts came in my mind, so I said let me share them. But let's continue with what you are trying to say. For example, what is going on in and around the organization, that is very important. So that is the first thing um, the authors are saying. Let's elaborate on that a little bit. For example, here, how do leaders achieve that? Uh, well, it does take time. See, the authors are concluding with that. It takes time, but it means talking and listening to a wide cross section of people. It means asking good questions and maintaining open relationships. Yeah, so that type of attitude we would have, and then spending more time gathering information and so on. So those things are important. Yeah. So that was one thing. The vision is important, and we spoke about um, the importance for leaders for being awake and aware. So that is important. Leader is going to lead the change, so it is very important for them to be awake and aware. And if it can be a small team, someone can be leading it, it can be personal change, then you are the leader of yourself. Yeah. So in that is the first thing they are talking about. The second thing they are talking about is very interesting and very close to my heart, of course, and that is why I asked you to reflect after the end of every session. This one is a little bit different. This is finding the space to reflect. Where are you going to reflect? You're going to have reflect in your home. You are going to go on a walk and reflect. You are going to sit under the open sky in the night and reflect. You're going to just take a walk uh, in the woods. Yeah. Uh, this is the term they use in negotiation books. Walking in the wood. Yeah. So the second message is about the importance of reflection time. Guys, very important. We need to reflect. We need to reflect. Yeah. So that is very important. Please pay attention to this point. Leaders benefit greatly from taking regular, focused time to reflect on what is going on around them, what is happening right now, what the options are, and why they are personally in all this. A couple of questions are being raised here. Yeah. So regular focused time to reflect on what is going on around them. Yeah. What is going on around them? What is happening right now? Yeah. What are the options? Yeah. And why they are personally in all of this, why they are in all of this, how they can relate with all of this change, why it is important for them on a personal level. Yeah. And then in the following section they are giving some suggestions, so you can link with them, because we looked at this book and at the end they give their email addresses also. Yeah. So I think you can write them any type of question which comes to you, and maybe ask their opinion on various things about change, or but that you might want to do it after reading reading the book. So this is how the book at least concluded. Yeah. So another point which I wanted to make is that this change management, and you might be new to all of this, and you say, okay, let me take opinion of change experts and people who know this change thing, and let me uh, delegate my change in my organization or in my private personal life, delegate the change to them. So outsource the management of change to them, because they are expert. So because maybe Tashfeen knows a little bit about change, so let me give my change to Tashfeen and he is going to manage it for me. That is the worst thing you can do. Yeah. So yes, you are maybe not the expert, but do not delegate the change to someone else. If it is your change, it's your department, your organization, your private personal life, don't delegate it to others. Take opinion. Subject matter experts take opinion. Change experts take their opinion. Have meetings, have dialogue, speak with other people. Ask them what you should do. Nothing is wrong in all of that, consultation and everything. But always remember that at the end of the day, it is your change. At the end of the day, you are responsible for the decision which you are going to make. You are going to, so take that responsibility. That responsibility is very important in change management, because in change, things are going to go up and down. Yeah. So when they go up and down, at that time, if you would have delegated the things to other people, then you will say, well, they will manage. Why they will manage? What is their self-interest outside of the salary or the money they are going to get? It's your change. Take the sense of belonging. Yeah. Ownership, your ownership to the change. So take that ownership in the change process, be it personal private life or outside organizational matters. Take that. So take opinion, everything, but don't delegate. Don't delegate. Some parts you can delegate, but then keep an eye what is happening. So even if you are delegating, ownership is yours, responsibility is yours. That thing you want to be very careful about. So if someone else is expert, don't delegate it to them. Take their opinion, then think, reflect, and at the end, take the decision with the with knowing that if it goes wrong, you will be responsible, not the expert. You are the person responsible. Listen from other people, but then take action which is going to suit your personality, suit your environment, suit your ambition. That is very important, extremely important. Yeah. Okay, we are coming closer to the end. So what I'm going to do is I want to maybe I can do a couple of things. I can put you in breakout uh, breakout groups, and or you can do it individually. So I'm going to put you in breakout groups. But what you are doing is that reflecting on overall what we have done, what we have not done, all the change management, and reflect on it, all everything, and then try to come up like how to manage change. If someone is managing change in any way, in personal private life, in organization, in whatever, what is the, for you personally speaking, for you, what is the main essence of managing change? If you are the one concluding, giving a conclusion for this course, ending this course, with what thoughts you will conclude it? If you are the one who is winding it up, wrapping our interaction up, how will you do that? So that type of I hope everyone will participate in that. So I'm going to put you in the breakout uh, group, and then you reflect on it with other people if you want, or you can just be silent and meditate and reflect on your own. That is up to you, no problem. But once we come back, I want everyone to participate. Preference is of course voice and video, but if no video, at least voice. uh, um, Say something, make the conclusion. What did you learn? What can you add to that? Maybe there is something which we did not touch on and you think that is very important, so you highlight that thing. that type of activity we are going to do. So maybe for, let's say, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, going to give you 5-10 minutes, reflect on it, um, think about it, talk with other people if you want, and then from there we are going to do that. uh, so I am putting you in the breakout groups and give you 10 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, something like that. You can either talk with other people or just sit quietly and meditate, but think about it. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to give you maybe, I think, I think 3 people in the group. Okay, so you will be going in your breakout groups and either talk or think. The task is that you are thinking, if you are concluding the course, how would you conclude? And then after 10 minutes, we will come back again together and then we will talk about it and try to give it some conclusion. And there is some other things also we need to do. So we have busy next 1 hour, 45 minutes will be busy. Yeah. So you are going in your breakout groups now.
Did we get back? I'm
Yeah,
gonna mute my mic.
middle point you are talking and
But
I apologize. I apologize. You guys were having a good discussion there in the group. I saw that. So sorry that I
It
had
was
to.
last 2 minutes, last I mean.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So, but you did make some points there, so that is very good. So I would now like everyone to say a couple of things. What should we take away as we are concluding this beautiful course of management of change? What are some of the things we can take away if everyone can participate and one by one quickly say a couple of lines, couple of things. What is the takeaway? Highlight things for all of us, and then I think all of us will learn from the shared wisdom of the space, and that would be nice. So over to you guys, please go ahead, it is your time.
I can start.
Please go ahead.
Uh,
Start is always difficult, you know, the first drop of rain. Yeah, so Vinod, so
yes, but it's
yeah.
also easy. Then after that, you don't have to do anything. So I think this course I was expecting a little bit more, let's say, practical, as in how to manage change in a work life or organization. Or I mean, there are the models of and all that, but overall, I think it was more philosophical and more from the perspective of life, and I like that. So it was a pleasant surprise, and I learned maybe to recognize more different kind of changes, different types of changes, and different behavior regarding changes. So, and I think I can use that in my life and
Tell
work
us,
also.
you know, this is the question for everyone. This is what you are trying to answer or share. The question is that if someone is managing change, what are the things they should keep in mind? So focus on this question. If someone is
Okay,
managing, what is important? Is it communication? It is trust? It is personality understanding? Just keep the thing to that. I think that would be nice. Like how to manage change. Anything on that? Yes.
okay. I think my personal conclusion is that, in very short, keep an open mind and have patience when you're managing change. And yeah, with those two, I think you can handle many kind of changes and be
Hmm.
successful.
Very good, very good. Open mind and patience. Yeah.
Can I say next?
Very good. So
Monica. Oh,
this is what we are looking for, like from this discussion. Like you are trying to manage change, someone is trying to manage change. What are the key things? What are the key principles which we should keep in mind? So if everyone can, you know, say something on it, or if you don't want to come on, best is to come on voice video. If not that, at least try for voice. If even if that is not possible, please post in chat like what is the most like top things which you think are going to help in the process of change management. So Vinod is saying open mindedness, yeah, and patience. Yeah, next one, please go ahead.
I agree.
Uh,
A lot of what
uh,
Timo said.
oh,
Oh,
Yes,
do you want to
Vinod,
go
please go
first?
ahead.
Okay.
so who?
You can go first and then I will go.
Okay. And I would say I've been working in a small company and a huge one. So I would say that right kind of information
Okay.
is quite big key. How like the bosses tell about that some change is coming, you know. If they send everyone a mail on Friday 3 p.m. and say everyone have to be there on Monday 10 a.m. and that's it. So we all gonna, you know, discuss about that thing, what's going to happen the whole weekend. And I know those words in Finnish, but like everyone is thinking that is something bad happening, like is someone getting fired or something, even it's not, you know, nothing like that. So I would say, because I have had a company that the information sucked, so that's why there was always talking behind the backs, and you know, like things like that. And the atmosphere in there wasn't that good because of the bad information, even there was only 20 people.
Fair enough. So
Yeah.
Monica is saying, yes, Monica is saying information is key in all of that. Sensitize people with the information. Good one. Yes, next. Keep going, guys.
Yeah, this is me, Binod.
Yes, please.
Yeah, I will for sure will go through all the models at first and try to bring them into practice in my real life, because they were really interesting, because I had gone through a lot of changes in my life and within myself. And so, well, I know a lot of some process in which I have found myself, but I'm so much interested about these models that we had gone through. And after this class, of course, I will go in detail in every models that we had gone through. And change itself is a very vast topic, so we can go on, and also everyone might have their own opinion on it. So so change is also what kind of change in which field, and so it has, everyone has their own opinion, and it has maybe different definitions for different what kind of change it is actually. So that's it from my side actually. And thank you so
Thanks,
much.
Vinod.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
I like the way you have conducted the whole class, and
Yes.
thank you
Thanks.
so
No
much.
problem. No problem. But let's stick to the question. Just the job is here because we have short time and we want everyone to contribute. The question is that overall in managing situations, what are the 2-3 things which people should be careful about? We know this saying open-mindedness, patience. Mona is saying, right type of information, that is very important. Communication she's referring to. Yeah,
So
so
for me,
stick to this one and that would be nice. Yes, next one, please. Keep on going.
Can I go next? And
Please go
excuse my
ahead.
voice. Yeah, thank you. Well, for me, the key things to mention again, there is a difference between management of change and change management. Change management is the way how you execute the change, while the management of change is actually what's the impact on the people throughout the process. So the key things to be mindful of is actually the impact on the people, on the process that you're changing, and on the way that you're changing the process with. Like if it is technology, for instance, you will need to consider the technology, any system, any tool or stuff. Or if it is in any other area, it is really what is going to change. So you describe this one. And as I said also into the breakout group, management of change happen throughout the whole way. It's not just one day activity. If you have the change itself is a journey. So you manage the change throughout the whole journey from day one until the change is implemented and it's settled. And then you go to business as usual until the next change comes, and then you start over the same, and you take the learnings and you do better next time. And this brings efficiency. And as I said in one of my reflections, change is the only constant thing, not only in life. That's it.
Good. Yes.
Thank you.
Can I continue?
Please go ahead. Keep going. Yes.
problems. That's why
Yes, yes.
another person can continue.
Yes, Jan, you can come.
Oh, okay. I think that my way of managing change would be to get prepared ourselves at all time to prepare for changes, because like we cannot predict like when will changes be happen, because sometimes changes will happen in a certain manner. So I think like always be prepared for any uncertain situations, and for any uncertain situations there could be rooms for us to make changes. So like be prepared for all these moments.
Very good.
And
Very
I
good.
think talking about being prepared, I think what means by being prepared is perhaps to think of our best and worst conditions. Like we will have to set up a contingency plan in case our best practice cannot work out. So I think like through setting up the contingency plan or a backup plan, it would like somehow increase our rate of success for the change in order to like create a better result. Because like if we simply only think of one proposal and it turns out to be a failure, then that change will not create a good impact. So I think by having two plans on hand, and in case one fail, we can still move on to another one immediately. So the consequences would not be that bad, I think. Yeah. So this is my personal opinion on how to manage change. Thank you.
Let's keep going, guys. Keep going.
Okay, I will then go next.
Yes.
For me, the personal opinion about how to maybe manage change would be concentrating on putting our energy to right things.
Very interesting.
And of course the open-mindedness, but also understanding and noticing the other people, so we can actually concentrate on putting the efforts to right place and manage the people, and so the work and task more efficiently. That might help the teamwork to go more effortlessly, and in so maybe even help the company to grow.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. Yes. Continue, guys. Continue, please. So you are just coming in, giving your personal opinion how to go about change. Anything you have to say. Vinod, your hand is raised. Abu,
Can I go next?
anyone, go ahead.
Okay, it's me. So myself, I've learned quite a lot in this course, starting from the definition of change. Why do we need a change in our life, and creating an urgency for it? I've also raised my exposure about the different feelings we got from the change, starting with the fear, resistance, chaos, excitement, and achievement, and how it progressed during time throughout all these feelings. I also fancied the model you gave us about the level of awareness, which is like conscious, unconscious, competence, and incompetence. I also fancied the theory of bridges, which is ending, neutral zone, and new beginnings. Also some definitions, I got to read more about them, like the change agents, the change drivers, and the responsibility in business, and what makes a good leader. Answering the question how to make a change as a leader, I would say like I agree a lot with the conclusion you shared with us of the book, Making Sense. So the leader has to be self-aware, focused, goal-oriented, not looking for the short-term results, but looking for the long-term results as he's building something. And also he has to be discipled. He cannot like be driven by motivation. He has to be discipled. My way to take forward this course is I'm seriously thinking of changing my topic of my master thesis. I had something related to risk management, but I'll discuss with my supervisor to maybe changing to something related to change management. But yeah, I'm still waiting for my supervisor response. And thank you so much for this course.
Very
You are
good. Thanks. Thanks,
doing,
man. Thanks.
yeah,
Thanks.
encouraging
Yes.
everyone. So thank you.
Blessings. Yes.
Cheers.
Yes. So the main
Yes.
question is how to manage change. Stick to the question. Yeah. What is the main thing if someone is managing change? What is your advice? What should they focus on? Yeah. Be targeted. Yeah. Yeah. Next one. Please go ahead. Thanks, Mina.
Yeah, like manage change. I think it's difficult because we don't want to or like to change. We'll have to stay in our safe and sound position. So
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think as a team leader or as a organization or in a organization or in a team, we have to slowly push someone, and we have to listen, and we have to counsel with them, and wanted to, it would be better if we know that why they don't like to change, or and then maybe it will be very much easy, or it will be good for us, or it will be easy for us to move the change.
Mm, very good. Very good. Yes. Next one. Any advice for people who are managing change? Yes.
Yeah, I can go next. So I think the
Please.
sort of key takeaway here is just to understand that change is a long process, it's a hard
Very,
process, and that
very
one
good.
should keep open-minded, they should be empathetic, so they should be able to always be willing to take advice from others, take thoughts from others, and most importantly, to be able to reflect on
Beautiful.
everything that happens so that if not on this set of change, then maybe the next time that they have to manage change, then it'll go
Beautiful.
better.
Beautiful. 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 Loved it. Loved it, Art. His last line is so lovely, mind blowing. Yeah. So even if it does not work this time, no problem. Next time is going to be better. You learn something from that. Great, Art. Keep it up. Yes. Next one. Mina, your hand is raised. Um,
Sorry, I put it down now.
that's okay. Okay. No problem. No problem. Yes. Next one, please.
Yeah, hi. Uh, I would say that the best um, help to give, or what I would give as an would be to actually say that, okay, just, are you asking the right questions? Are you asking why this change is important? Are you
Yeah.
asking who is this change important? Why is it necessary? Is it the right time? Are you focusing, or is the change focusing on right things and right people? Or maybe you would, if you don't have those questions right, then most probably you would be leading the change completely different direction.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Questions. Questions. Yes. Very good. Yes. Next one, please. So Tiffany is speaking. As she's speaking, if there is anyone else who want to say something, please raise your hand. Otherwise, Tiffany is going to be the last one. But if there is someone who has not participated in the discussion so far, please raise your hand and make your point. Uh, because there are some marks for these activities also. So this is your final call. After Tiffany, if you want, please raise hand. If not, then I will continue with the course conclusion. Yes, Tiffany, please go ahead. Good to see
Hi.
you.
I would say that I would hope that the people or management team will keep in mind that like changes could not be done in a day or two, and change is a long process, and only going all the steps like step by step, then you can like have a good change. And I'll say it's also important to have good planning beforehand, like to know what is the change and why we need this change before we really implementing this change, because it's good to have having a goal for both the management team and employees. And yeah, I think that's the main point. I think it's the most important thing we have to bear in mind.
Beautiful, beautiful, good one. Goal set.
What do you want? And also, in order to change your thinking, I feel like we have to go deeper. So just as someone else has said, like asking questions, asking why, and it all comes down to understanding actually the human being itself. I also feel like reflection is very important, having patience, because change takes time. And I also feel like we need to be kind to ourselves when something doesn't go well in our change process, because sometimes we tend to be hard on ourselves. So that's what I want to say.
Beautiful, and that's a nice way to the conclusions. Very good, everyone. Appreciate it. And you heard the point of view of our friends who have spoken. So from this, you can now see that how different people think differently. Yeah, I made a point a while ago that. I made a point a while ago that don't let anyone else tell you that the change is not possible or change is hard, because maybe it was hard for them. That is why they are telling you. So listen to them what they are saying, but don't. But you have to make your own goal. I wanted to show you this.
It wasn't selling well, and we were sending the last issue to press. When you do the last issue of a magazine, nobody cares what you put in it because the book is dying. Just to get it out of my system, I put Spider-Man in Amazing Fantasy, feature him on the cover, forgot about it. A month later, all the sales figures came in. My publisher came racing into my office. Stan, you remember that character we both loved so much, Spider-Man? Let's do him as a series. Now, why am I telling you this? Besides the fact that I have to kill a little time. If you have an idea that you genuinely think is good, don't let some idiot talk you out of it. Now, that doesn't mean that every wild notion you come up with is going to be genius. But if there is something that you feel is good, something you want to do, something that means something to you, try to do it. Because I think you can only do your best work if you're doing what you want to do, and if you're doing it the way you think it should be done. And if you can take pride in it after you've done it, no matter what it is, you can look at it and say, I did that, and I think it's pretty damn good. That's a great feeling. So don't let idiots talk you out of something that you think is good. By the same token, that doesn't mean every single thing you think is good is going to win a prize. Got to have a little judgment there. I've had other things that I thought were good that didn't work, but I'll save that for the next award you give me. I'll need something to tell you about. And I want to say, I cannot tell you how much I appreciate this award. And this college has meant a lot to me. I have spoken here many times.
Yes, thank you, everyone. All the best. Take care. Bye bye. Yes, thanks, Luke. Thanks, everyone. Yes, definitely, we're going to see each other. I think next week is international business and one more course after that. So take care. Good to have you all.